tribes, nomads, and settled communities. Many historians have accepted the notion that caste divisions in society is a uniquely Indian feature. However, unequal caste divisions are to be found in the history of most nations. These divisions are not uniquely Indian, as commonly believed, though caste system is specifically Indian. Social divisions. From ancient period, the caste system divided Indian society into 4 categories. The Brahmins occupied very high position in the society as they imparted education. The Kshatriyas were the warriors and rulers. Originally, the Vaishyas were the cultivators, but towards the end of the later Vedic period, many of them had shifted their occupation to trade and crafts. All these 3 upper castes were entitled to thread ceremony. The Shudras, who formed the lowest caste, were deprived of many privileges and were engaged in menial jobs. Unlike other ancient civilizations, slavery did not exist in India. In course of time, caste system had become rigid and hereditary. During the medieval period, 4 main varnas came to be divided into several subcastes or jatis. In the Rajput period, the caste system became more rigid and the Brahmins became more powerful. They were exempted from paying taxes. They got lighter punishment for certain offences as compared to other castes. Many new occupational castes, such as those of the weavers, carpenters, fishermen, smiths, etc., came into existence. The conditions of women were poor in this period. The birth of a girl child was not welcomed. Polygamy was common, and women were denied education. They were socially conditioned to become sati. There are examples in Rajput history when women plunged into fire to save their honor. Some social groups such as foreigners and tribals, who had until now been kept outside the caste structure, were gradually recognized by the Brahmins as separate jatis. However, the untouchables remained outside the caste system. Tribes and tribal societies. Ancient Indian texts mention the existence of tribes in the Mahabharata and in the edicts of King Ashoka. These tribals find a mention as forest dwellers during the Mauryan period. Historically, they have always existed beyond the mainstream society and were governed by their own set of rules. People who were subjugated by the rulers were called dasas, and those who did not accept the bondage of slavery were called dasyus. In India, tribals constitute about 50 million of our population. For thousands of years, these tribals have lived undisturbed by social and scientific developments in the regions which were regarded unhealthy and unsafe by others. They led a nomadic life as they would periodically migrate from one place to another within their region. From the medieval period, the secluded life of the tribals has been slowly challenged by the migration of other people, including Europeans, into the tribal regions. Simultaneously, the rapid expansion of agriculture resulted in a marked decline in forests, which were the original home for most of the tribes. Thus, many tribes have been uprooted from their original villages and have been exposed to new cultures. In some places, they have assimilated certain aspects of these cultures and have begun to lead a settled life, adopting better methods of agriculture and hunting. The study of tribal cultures and lifestyles is a part of the science of anthropology. As the tribals have often led isolated and nomadic life, it is very difficult to learn about them. Anthropologists come to tribal regions, befriend the tribals, live with them, and learn their culture. Historians often use the writing of the anthropologists to trace the history of the tribes and the regions in which they live. Local inscriptions and literature supplement the information furnished by the anthropological studies to the historians.